Hey, shalom everyone. This is Amir Tsarfati, and I'm live from Connect here in Galilee. And these are breaking news. It's basically a short way for me to communicate to you that it's, as you can see behind me, Galilee is still peaceful. And that's the calm before the storm. Let me pray, and I want to give you a short update. By the way, short update not only on what's going on here, but what's going on across the Atlantic, also in Venezuela, so you understand, for those of you who live in America, what might happen once again in 2024. Father, I thank you for your wonderful sovereignty. Every time that things unfold in this world, we are once again amazed at how accurate your word is and how gracious you are to want us to know the end from the beginning and from ancient times, things that are not yet done. And as you said in Isaiah, saying, my will will stand and I will do all my pleasure. So I thank you for that. In the name of the Messiah, Yeshua. Amen. So again, shalom everyone. It's Amir Tsarfati. I'm back in Israel. I'm back in the office. I was able to sleep just a few hours. Behind me, as you can see, is peaceful Galilee. The sun is rising. It's 6:40 a.m. And following the massacre that took place, which I will elaborate on tomorrow in my Mideast update, which you do not want to miss. Following the massacre with the Iranian-made, Hezbollah-owned Falak 1 rocket that hit and killed instantly 12 kids and teenagers. Following that, Prime Minister cut short his visit, flew back home, his visit to the U.S. He flew back home a few hours earlier than expected or than scheduled. He convened immediately a meeting with all the heads of the security branches. Following that, last night was a cabinet meeting in which they authorized the prime minister and the defense minister to operate according to what is needed. But a whole array of targets, a basket of targets was approved last night. And as you can see, nothing has been hit yet. And the reason is very simple. And I think I said that in my earlier breaking news from a couple days ago. When you are on the verge of an all-out war that is going to burn the Middle East, and we know that once we strike hard in Lebanon, it will, of course, awaken the pro-Iranian militias in Iraq and Syria, as well as the Yemenite Houthis, as well as maybe Iran itself. And as of yesterday, even Erdogan, the Sultan, said that if in the past Turkey was able to invade into Nagorno-Karabakh between Armenia and Azerbaijan, and if Turkey was able to invade into Libya, Turkey can also do that with Israel. First time NATO member is publicly threatening invasion into Israel. And that's Erdogan. Now, none of us Bible prophecy followers are surprised. We know exactly that at the very end, Russia, Turkey, and Iran will align and come together and invade Israel from the north. This is biblical, but the change in rhetorics and the fact that it's now on the table even, it's quite phenomenal. But I want you to know that because the situation is so explosive, the Israeli military must operate very smartly, which means you don't just go out and bomb. You have to calculate your steps, and you have to bomb at the right time where the enemy is least prepared. The element of surprise is almost gone because now we're dragged into this. We need to retaliate. But if you retaliate within the first 48 hours, everybody's expecting you to. And all of the headquarters of Hezbollah are no longer manned above the ground. So you won't even hurt anyone. Israel is now preparing. It might happen today. It surely will happen in the very, next day or two, because in the Middle East, if you don't do it fast enough, then your deterrence is very badly hurt, and it invites more problems, more threats, and more enemies to come out of their holes. So we're awaiting something very, very big in the next day or two, but we will choose the time that is the best for us. You also have to know that if we decide to go after Hezbollah and suffer the retaliation thereof, we need to prepare the home front. We need to prepare the civilians. We need to make sure everyone is ready to spend a few days also without electricity, without running water. If our infrastructures are badly hurt, that could be a possibility. We need to make sure people are having their bomb shelters ready and prepared, whatever is necessary for them. So these are things that you have to take into consideration before you go out and try to destroy your enemy, which is an enemy that is in alliance with, of course, many others around you. But I want also to divert your attention to what's going on right now in Venezuela, and especially I'm talking to you Americans. I wrote a couple days ago that Maduro is probably going to win, not because the people want him, it's because he's going to do what others did and what he did even before, to forge the elections. It's a scam. And of course, the familiar thing happened a few hours ago. The counting has stopped. Sounds familiar? 2020, this is it. Not only that, but in the Venezuelan style, it's not just that they stopped counting, because the overwhelming majority of the people overwhelmingly voted for the other candidate, who no doubt won here. But now armed gangs are storming into voting locations and stealing boxes with ballots. And on my Telegram channel, you can find videos of these things happening right now. So, if you think that you can get away with stealing elections once, why would you not do it again? Maduro stole elections once, he's doing it again. And this is just a reminder to all Americans that you may face the same thing. If the system is broken, the voting system, the election system, if you can actually have large cities with millions that can actually vote without even showing ID, if you can stuff ballots into mailboxes and expect them to all count because, that's how it works, you might expect the same thing happening again. So I want you to follow me on Telegram. There is an amazing array of videos there that shows what's going on in Venezuela right now in America. Get ready, because I don't think the Democrats are willing to let go of their powerhouse, neither in the houses nor in the White House itself. So I'm telling you, folks, the next few months are not just going to be stormy here in the Middle East, but also across the ocean in America, which will cause greater instability, around the world, something that China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea are eagerly waiting for. So again, folks, Israel is bracing for a massive retaliation following our planned strike. Prime Minister Netanyahu knows one thing: if you don't want to strike hard and to send a message, then don't strike at all. I think that I don't know if you know, but in April, when Iran sent hundreds of rockets, drones, and cruise missiles towards Israel, I don't know if you know that, but the prime minister wanted to strike immediately in Iran, and it is the US president that held his hands behind his back. He would not allow us to do it. And as a result, of course, the war is taking longer and Iran is getting bolder. And I think that learning the lesson from that, Netanyahu understands that if he's not going to teach Hezbollah a lesson, things will only going to get worse in the north. And not only in the north, all over Israel. We're almost 10 months into this war. This is a small country that is not designed for such long wars, when most of our soldiers are reserve soldiers that have businesses and families here. The economy is affected, the people, the health, everything is affected. Now, we're still strong, but everybody wants the war to end eventually, but not to end in a place where your deterrence is completely down the drains. So we are waiting for the right moment to strike decisively in the depth of Lebanon. Tomorrow in the Mideast update, I will explain to you where are the strongholds of Hezbollah in Lebanon, so you can understand where is we are expected to strike. But again, the thing is this, folks. Iran threatened to join. Turkey is threatening to invade. And of course, the Houthis and the pro-Iranian militias in Syria and Iraq are also in the whole thing. Thankfully, in Gaza, things are going well. We are really crushing Hamas more and more and more. We are closing on them. The ring is getting tighter. The Gazan population is in a smaller and a smaller area where it's easier for us to advance more and more and more and find more tunnels, more rockets, and even recover some bodies of more and more abductees that we know that they're dead, but we haven't yet reached their bodies. So here we go, folks. The next few days are very important, very decisive, very, very crucial. The Middle East is sitting on a barrel of explosive, basically. All it takes is one match. I think that what Hezbollah did with the miscalculation of the trajectory of the rocket and eventually that falling on the Druze village and killing 12 kids and teenagers, that, of course, could be a game changer that will finally make the Israeli government do what is long due, and that is taking care of business in the north so we can bring over 80,000 Israelis back home and we can create a much safer environment for people in the north to live under. Good. So listen, again, keep your eyes on Venezuela, because again, that could be just the appetizer or just a picture of what America in 2024 in November will go through. If you think it's impossible, just remind yourself, where were you in 2020 when in the middle of the night, the counting stopped, and for hours, people behind the scenes were fixing numbers in order to once again show them live, and everywhere things had to be fixed, they were fixed. So this is what's going on right now in Venezuela. Maduro has lost big time. He's fixing things right now, violently with gangs, and he stopped counting so he can do whatever he needs to do to manipulate the results. Everybody knows he lost. The people knows he lost. All around the world, everybody knows he lost. He will not accept it. That's the nature of communism. Once they take power, they will not let go until there is a major bloodshed. So again, I pray that Americans will not allow that to happen again. Here in Israel, we're bracing for some stormy days ahead. Tomorrow, there will be a Mideast update where I will give you much more. I'm talking about Tuesday morning America time, Tuesday evening Middle East time. So until then, thank you. God bless you. Shalom. And please share this video right now with as many people as you can. Thank you. I love you.